Hello and welcome everyone to the virtual read-through of Eva's Dream, a play by yours truly. Thank you all for tuning in, and I want to thank everyone that's participating. We have an exciting event ahead of us, and really the key thing is the word that describe the text which we're about to read, which is play. Note, this play is a tribute to Greek drama, Greek mythology, and August Strindberg. Characters. So I will be reading the stage directions. Eva, a stripper in her 20s, will be read by Noor Hariri. Sibylla, her twin sister, also a stripper, read by Serene Richards. Actaeon, a nightclub owner in his 40s, read by Nathan Rice. Artemis, a statue in Actaeon's house, also known as Aphrodite, read by Koni Bishara. Pan, Actaeon's crippled brother, he is in his 30s, read by Chaim Hodorov. Procyon, bodyguard to Actaeon, read by Anthony Ballas. Icarius Canis, another bodyguard, read by Yusuf Racha. Maera, mistress to Actaeon, read by Mariam Ilyes. Setting, a loggia on the rooftop of Actaeon's private villa in Rhodes. 3 a.m. There's a large dining table in the shape of a simple arrow, downstage left, surrounded by 7 chairs. One large comfortable red sofa, closed in on itself, downstage right. A couple of metallic cubes with tall ashtrays are downstage of the red sofa. Lots of metallic plants are spread throughout, but only near the 3 large borders of the loggia. Lots of incense candles with different shapes and sizes on the cubes, as well as on the dinner table. One huge decorative black column upstage left, one white statue of Artemis upstage right. A black fabric room, or the shadow room, in the shape of a semicircle, upstage center of the loggia, with a downstage center entrance. A large metallic pentagram hanging behind and above the shadow room. And finally, only one center-right entrance exit to the rest of the villa. Pan is chained to the black column. He can easily move about anywhere in the loggia, yet he cannot go beyond it. He plays ancient melodies on his panpipes. Procyon and Icarius Canis are standing near the center-right entrance exit.
Tonight is the night.
I know. It's not completely ethical, is it?
Well, when 2 professional killers moralize about their prepaid job. And not only that, it's also the one job we know how to do without error. The line between ethical and unethical becomes blurred. Hence, the target is clear and in sight. Bang! He or she falls to the ground and God takes over from there.
Of course, I know what you're saying, and I totally agree. But what about betrayal? I mean, he's a monster. He truly is one hell of a person, but he did us no wrong. Why should we betray that, especially for a beaver?
It's not about betrayal. It's all about the business. Come on, you know that. No need to tell you that. We've always known that since we got ourselves into thug work. Now, if we moralize from the Pudenda's viewpoint, the boss committed an error, right?
It's a sin as well.
Right, but sin is not the issue here. As far as she's concerned, he committed an error, and a huge one, too.
Okay.
Remember last year's ritual?
Of course.
Remember those twins?
Nymphs of the nights.
They were Mara's twin lovers.
Oh.
The bitch is a lesbian. Not only that, she's a fucking feminist. She has character, you know?
That metaverse certainly does. I wish we just socialized more.
She's not in your league. We've gone through that already.
I bite you, you mutt.
Shut up. Now, the point is, she's seeking revenge.
Typical. I knew it.
She has a plan. That plan of hers involves money, lots of money, actually, for me and for you, with no goat killing and no twin killing at all.
You forgot 2 things. No constipation and no vomiting.
Right. Now, seriously, we're talking business here. What do you say about that?
I still can't remove that horrible image from my head. Majestic and controlling, one hell of a mean vulva, sucking us inside its huge black hole. And you know what? I have absolutely no idea where that will lead us to.
Canis, Ikari is Canis. Think cheap, okay?
You're right. Think cheap dogs. We do anything for money. No wonder we end up here in the first place. Procon, with enough money, we need not do thug work for no sick rich bastard with weird fetishes, right?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. What do you say?
I say,
Ikarius Canis howls. They
Ooh.
both start laughing. Myra enters.
They just arrived. He's parking the car and they will be up here in a few minutes.
He's 11 minutes late.
yeah?
Yeah, he usually starts the Trinity at 3 a.m. sharp.
The Trinity.
He must have taken more time getting to know them, getting them drunk and the persuasion, the lying. You know his bullshit. What sort of twins would you believe his stereotypical bullshit about him being an avid film producer and all that naivety? Anyways.
I agree. If I had a twin and he told me that, certainly I wouldn't have believed him.
Canis, I think that's a given.
Right.
So you're ready for tonight or what?
No worries. We'll be sober and
Standing by.
standing by. You don't have to interrupt me.
Good. And you know what you're supposed to do and when to, of course.
Step back, ma'am, and let the dogs handle it. We're hunters.
Ikarius Canis barks.
Did you get this stag horns I told you about?
Of course, ma'am. Everything is ready and in place.
Here they come. I shall undress and wear my special outfit. I ought to be seductive after all. I'm your master favorite mistress, and I need to look professional.
I profess, ma'am, you will definitely look professional, seductively, that is. Isn't that right, Canis?
You know what to do, boys.
Ikarius Canis barks with zaniness. Myra exits.
What's with the connotation?
What?
What you said earlier.
Which part exactly?
The Trinity?
Hey, listen, I think they're close. Let's just drop the subject.
You're still going to tell me about the Trinity.
Not now.
I'm serious. I want to understand.
We cannot discuss the...
Actaeon, Eva, and Sibylla enter. Actaeon? It's muted.
Hello, boys.
Good evening, sir.
Or rather, good morning.
How you boys doing?
Fantastic, sir. Shitty night. How was the club tonight, sir?
Is the new band any good? I must say, I heard they rock.
Boys, I'd be expecting you to ask me about titties and the like. The club is called the Twin Bosoms. It's not a club for impotent bastards who enjoy listening to music. It's not a strip club either. Legalized mental orgy, or that's the way I like to see it.
Right. Very funny, sir. Very funny.
Of course I'm funny, you fool. I'm paying you. Now, go and get those fresh goats from the car. You know what to do with them.
Goats?
Yes, the goats.
The goats?
The
Procyon
goats!
whispers, Procyon whispers something into Ikarius Canis' ear.
Right. The goats, of course.
Ikarius Canis exits.
And you, I'm hungry, starving, need to eat, and as you can see, I'm in the company of two gorgeous ladies. Not just any ordinary gorgeous ladies, but gorgeous twins. You know what that means?
I'm not sure, sir.
Bring the fucking aphrodisiacs, you idiot.
Of course, right away, sir.
Wait, where's Myra?
Ah, she's...
What, you gonna tell me you fucked her now?
Of course not, sir. I dare not. She's changing.
All right, you can leave now. I expect enormous amounts of lobsters tonight.
If he only knew.
Did you say something?
Absolutely not, sir. Excuse me, if you will.
Procyon exits.
I don't know what's wrong with those dogs tonight. They seem to be sweating. They must be missing the field, but they are, conventional. They like hunting for stags like everyone else. Anyone can do that. But goats are more holy. Anyway, don't bother. Just try to keep yourselves as comfortable as you can. My lodgia is yours tonight. Just try to make the best out of it.
What an enchanting smell.
Incense candles.
Eva, look at these metallic plants.
Mr. Actian, you certainly have an extraordinary sense of decoration.
Move about freely, ladies. No restrictions. Only don't fall over.
Oh my God, is that Artemis?
Please refer to her as Aphrodite.
She's certainly as beautiful, but she has a bow and a sack of arrows, just like...
I know. Her name is Aphrodite. If I say she's Aphrodite, then she's my Aphrodite.
I can almost imagine her speaking to me.
She definitely has the beauty of Aphrodite. Archiac, too, I presume. Who did this statue?
The artist would prefer to remain anonymous.
Who's that? Why is he in chains? Why does he talk much? He's mute.
Oh, he's a misbehavior. Don't worry about him. He doesn't talk much. He's mute. Only listen to his music, but don't get too close. He might bite you.
That's inhumane, Mr. Actian. I mean, how can you?
Did you see that black column over there?
No?
Take a close look.
Is that a...
Yes, an ionic column, more than 2,000 years old.
That column is a beauty.
It was in a temple for Aphrodite.
Shouldn't it normally be white?
They say it's mystical.
Mystical?
Supposedly, or so they say, it turned black on its own.
Why black?
I don't mind why it's black. What does it do exactly? I mean, what sort of mystical powers are we talking about here?
Well, I don't have a manual, but it distorts the line between reality and fantasy.
Excuse me?
Its presence can generate a hallucinogenic and delusional atmosphere, enhancing the creative capacity of the third eye or the eyes of the mind.
The whole place does that, I assure you, but I doubt it. But I doubt if it's really original, as you claim.
Observant remark, Miss Eva. It's actually a reproduction by the same artist who did the statue over there. Yet it has the same exact spirit as the original, and believe me, it's as powerful.
Is there actually an original?
I personally never heard of an ionic black column, Mr. Actian. Were you trying to test my knowledge of Greek architecture?
Miss Eva, I wasn't trying to test you. Actually, you just failed my course.
Oh, my stiff penetrator.
I told her to call me that. My sweet, soft vajayjay.
Actaeon and Maera kiss for no less than 1 minute. Then they enter the shadow room in a roam of passion.
Quite eccentric, this Actian fellow. Who thinks goats are holy anyway?
Who thinks columns?
Black columns.
Who thinks black columns are mystical?
His smile freaks me out, you know. I haven't felt comfortable since we met him at the nightclub. What do you think?
I think he's overtly sexual, certainly quirky and mysteriously, if not extremely suspicious in a way. I must say, I'm intrigued.
Eva, you're not taking this as seriously as you should be. Fuck. He succeeded in getting us completely wasted. And it's not the end of it. This guy certainly has more plans for us. And personally, I'm not looking forward to them. Do you know how I feel right now? I feel like an airheaded Swedish bimbo. I'm a bimbo in limbo. Add to that, the fact that we're both blondies. I feel like we're just like a walking cliche. Why do we follow this man? But wait, we had a good reason, right? Who could possibly say no to an infinite amount of free drinks?
Which reminds me that I need to get more drunk.
Eva, no.
Luckily, it's not the end of the world. Drinks are still free and in infinite amounts. Isn't that right?
What? Don't you think we've had enough already? It's 3:30 in the morning.
I know. Don't be such a party pooper.
Eva sits on the red sofa, then Sibylla joins her. Eva starts smoking a joint.
Do you really think he's a film producer?
Bullshit. I don't care what he is. I've exposed my body for months. I've sweat myself dancing nude for all kinds of wankers and losers. I've done all of that so I can finish my master's and
No need to tell me that. I live with you. Remember, we're both strippers, and we equally love theatre. The only thing I can't seem to figure out is your passion for Greek drama. The Greek chorus alone is a catastrophe. It's boring, pointless, and extremely depressing. It's a waste of time and money. I mean, I respect the Greeks and all, but their history, Eva. Can't you see that?
I've been saving up all my money so I can have this trip. You know how long I've wanted to visit this place?
I know. You've been telling me about it for the last 3 weeks.
We dream together, don't we? We talk endlessly about our future acting careers.
We do.
Now, acting is only half of my dream.
I know that.
This trip coming here to Rhodes is the other half.
But of course, you still have to marry a painter and live over the mountains to fulfill your dream.
Coming here is like being in outer space. Talk about parallel universes. I can give up my acting career and my whole life in Sweden to fulfill this dream.
Being here feels like a nightmare.
You know how much I wanted to visit Rhodes.
I know, I know, remember?
Besides, I don't have a boyfriend. Sorry for the harsh tone. Who can easily afford to lend me money so I can travel anywhere I want to?
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Your point has been proven and dramatized. I appreciate your honesty. Now, let's take a ride for a second, shall we? Oh, what's that thing over there? Look at this beauty. No way, it's a time machine. Please fasten your seatbelt, specify target. Oh, we should write a date down. 6th of June, 2006. Enjoy the ride. Wow, look at this. We're traveling beyond the speed of light. We've reached our destination safely, thank God. Where do you think we are? Let me spoil it for you. Welcome to the present. Okay, my point is that I don't trust this guy. And I don't think you do either. And this guy who's chained wouldn't stop playing on his panpipes. Do you see what I mean? All of this is extremely creepy.
Sibylla, no need to get all neurotic on me. All right, what I will say now will not make you feel any better, but there's something mysterious about this place. I feel a strange connection, something beyond my understanding. I've been seeing signs, Sibylla. I don't mean to sound freaky, but tell me, who would have in his or her house a statue of Artemis and an ionic black column that belonged to a temple for Aphrodite? Okay, I won't deny that I'm afraid as you are, and maybe more, but I also feel that there's something more to it. There's something that I need to figure out. The atmosphere, the smell, it's like living inside a myth. We're in a dream, Sibylla. You were right. I need to fulfill the dream.
Eva, you're just drunk.
Yes, I need to drink.
Procyon enters to serve dinner. He comes in and comes out with plates of all kinds of seafood, especially lobsters.
Hey, you.
Procyon, ma'am, what can I do for you?
You can get me a strong drink.
And you?
Insisting to be stubborn, all right. Since I'm her just a stubborn twin sister, I'll have the same drink.
2 dry martinis?
That would be excellent.
Procyon exits.
He's not a film producer, I'm telling you.
Do you think I don't know that? Of course he's not. We'll play along.
Eva, these are dangerous men.
And we are dangerous Swedes. People don't come across twin strippers every day. Sounds like a fair game to me.
You're nuts.
We both know that. We're twins and we're nuts.
I shouldn't have agreed to come here. I've been suspicious all the way, starting when we met this Action guy in his nightclub, the Twin Bosoms. What sort of name is that?
Now let's go. Now let's get over it so we can start enjoying. The drinks are here.
Perkion enters with a tray on top of which are 2 glasses of martini. He serves the 2 ladies each a drink and leaves with the tray to continue serving the dinner table.
This boy isn't so bad. I'm starting to like his music. That's strange.
I personally found him interesting from the moment I saw him. He may be mute, but his eyes are charming. They're quite expressive, aren't they? He's an
Actaeon and Myra exit from the shadow room.
Lobsters. I smell lobsters. Perfect timing.
Oh, baby, what are you planning to do to me tonight?
Sorry, not for you, Myra. Not for you.
My greedy penetrator.
Dinner is served.
Goats have been taken care of.
Good. Let's all sit at the dinner table, but first let me introduce everyone here. This is my personal bodyguard, Myra. She's also what I call my bed partner, and she's very professional, I must admit. Those two hounds are Procyon and Icarius Canis, my 2 other bodyguards, loyal dogs. And as for our wonderful guests tonight, we have Eva and Sibylla, who are 2 very talented young actresses from Sweden, and they're twins.
what do you call him, Mr. Actaeon?
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. I call him Pan.
Yeah.
Now, shall we? Will you pass the lobsters, please?
They all sit at the table except Pan, who gets his share in a bowl on the ground. They start eating, lights fade out. 4:30 a.m. Pan is holding a digital camera and seems to be recording something inside the shadow room. There's an opening on the side of the shadow room that allows Pan to insert his camera. We can see the shadow of Actaeon standing. Icarius Canis is holding a brown box.
That's what I call a festive orgy.
You didn't have to blind the poor girl.
You know how orgasms feel.
I know.
Out of control.
2 more to go.
An orgasm per hour. What a strange fellow.
The ritual gets stranger and stranger, believe me. He's been doing this for 6 years now.
You've been working with him ever since?
I worked for his parents when the Twin Bosoms was a peaceful seaside Greek restaurant. It used to be called Athanasius,
How's Zuleki?
a masterpiece. His mother cooked with her own hands. He had really good parents. They spoiled him, but favored his younger brother. Actaeon was always jealous of him.
I heard that he had a twin sister.
That's a long story.
It might justify this crazy ritual of his. Foolish.
Actaeon exits the shadow room with only a white towel on.
Bring me the authentic brown box.
Here you go, sir.
Actaeon opens the box, drinks a sip of what seems to be blood, then enters the shadow room again. Inside, he starts spilling blood all over the bodies of the twin sisters.
What's the significance of goat blood anyway?
Or what's the significance of goat hunting in the first place?
Right. I suppose it's a psychological thing. I mean, you come close to a goat, it doesn't run. It's the dumbest animal that one can hunt for.
Nevertheless, he has a passion for them. Don't ask me why. He thinks they're holy, yet his routine for 6 years has involved him killing 3 goats per day.
Did you see the look on their faces when he started stripping right after dinner?
The incense candles and the spiked martini probably had an effect on them by then.
The guy went completely nuts, dancing in the nude and spraying champagne all over himself. They believed him. They think that stupid column affected them.
They got turned on, didn't they?
With the intoxication, it's hard not to. But a sister licking her sister is too much for me, I guess.
Actaeon is on a higher level now, and he's obviously masturbating.
Do you know what he calls his ritual?
What?
The Trinity.
The sick bastard. I mean, I'm not a devout Christian, but this is pure blasphemy.
He believes in what he's doing. He seriously thinks that he created a new religion.
He's certainly mad.
This ritual of his takes place every year on the same day, during the same month, at the same hour, every single time. The twins are the variables, of course.
The 6th of June.
Yes.
He is mad. Why that day?
From 3:30 a.m. till 6 a.m., 3 hours, hence the Trinity. 1 orgasm per hour.
Action orgasms and exits the loggia with just a white towel on its waist. Mayra enters.
Keep your eyes open, boys. 1 more to go. Only 1 orgasm left. You should be standing by.
We are.
Still sober?
Have no worries, ma'am.
They're both unconscious now, right?
Right.
Did they both get splashed with the jizz?
Yes, they did.
Damn, they may regain their conscious now. Who got penetrated by surprise?
Sibylla.
Is she the one who got blinded as well?
Yes, ma'am. In the frenzy of his orgasm, Mr. Actaeon pierced her 2 eyes. He was penetrating her from behind, you know, and he was holding her head firmly, and it just happened. Pleasure with pain, the sick bastard.
Which one is she? Sibylla?
The less smart one, I guess. I don't know. They look the same to me.
As if I care. Anyway, I'll come to the loggia before his 3rd orgasm to make sure he really enjoys that one.
All right, ma'am. We shall go to get the necessary equipment.
Mayra, Procyon, and Icarius Canis exit. Eva and Sibylla exit from the shadow room. Eva is holding her blind sister.
Oh, I can't see you. Everything's dark. I can't see. I can't see. I'm blind. Eva, what happened?
I will avenge you. Don't worry. It's my fault, the fucker.
Let's go. It's better if we leave. He can hurt you too. He'll kill us. He's insane, Eva. He can.
What are you looking at? Give me that camera.
Eva takes the digital camera from Pan and smashes it.
What are you exactly? Speak. Have you no conscience? Speak to me.
I'm just a servant.
He speaks.
I knew he did. I could tell from his eyes that he was faking it. I knew you were not mute. Now you have to answer me immediately. Why do you have to work for this man? Why do you have to endure all this suffering? Why do you let yourself to be humiliated like this?
I haven't spoken for 6 years. I think it's something about your eyes, too.
What?
Why?
Nobody would believe a crippled freak who's chained like this, like an animal. Would you?
What's your name?
Pan.
Pan? What is your story exactly? Answer. Are you Pan, the Greek god? Do you watch over shepherds?
I wish I were, ma'am. If I had half the power of a god, I wouldn't have let any of this happen.
Why are you here? Why do you have to tolerate a horrible person like Actaeon?
I have no other option, madam. He's my older brother.
He's doing all of this to his brother? What sort of a brother is that?
The same sort of a brother who made me the crippled man that I am today.
For what?
For a sin that he did.
What sin?
Oh, incest.
What? With whom?
With my older sister, his twin sister, Artemis.
This is...
All of this is true.
You speak?
Only a blind prophet can hear me.
Your name is Aphrodite?
No, Artemis.
My sister was right. Are you Artemis, the goddess of hunting?
If I were, I would have transformed my brother into a stag by throwing water at him, just like the myth.
In the myth, he committed an error. He saw Artemis in the nude by accident.
In reality, he committed a sin, and an unforgivable one too. Yes, he loved me, but he loved no one but me. A brother who could only love his twin sister. An obsessive lover he was too. It was a Sunday morning and Actaeon woke up so horny he couldn't help it. Morning glory. I warned Actaeon that Pan might be back home earlier because he did not manage the restaurant on Sundays, but he wouldn't listen. I couldn't stop, and I didn't want Pan to be shocked. I didn't know what to do. Pan was just back from church when, by accident, he saw Actaeon raping me on the living room sofa. The boy got frozen, couldn't move, couldn't even move his lips. He didn't know what to say or how to react. Acton froze too. And as far as I remember, he completely lost his mind at that moment. He always had dark tendencies, was a bad boy, you know, but at that specific moment, he just completely lost it. The look in his eyes was frightening. He got enraged and there were arrows on the wall. My dad liked hunting. He'd hunt for stags the old-fashioned way. Acton was not thinking straight, didn't know what to do. He looked around himself and looked me in the eyes. Then in a split second, he firmly grabbed an arrow from the wall and stabbed it straight through me, through my heart. He killed me, the love of his life. Then he lied beside me, dipped his head into my chest, pulled the bloody arrow from my heart and started crying like a baby. Until this day, I still don't understand why he chose to kill me and not Pan. Maybe it has to do with his goat-killing obsession after all. In any case, Actaeon never saw happiness from that day on. Neither did my brother. He tortured Pan cruelly, made him a cripple so to make sure he wouldn't tell anyone about the family scandal, our passionate incest. I have to confess sometimes I enjoyed it. Pan never spoke from that moment on. He became mentally paralyzed and unstable. Our parents were already dead. They were good people. Actaeon didn't want to disgrace their name. He had to take over the business, the family restaurant. And since he never liked cooking, it turned it into a devil's mating ground, a nightclub. As for Pan, an ambitious young man, an artist, became enslaved, chained like this, as if he were an animal. But the story doesn't end there. I've been standing here, a statue, for 6 years. I cried and screamed, but no one could hear me. I'm just a mute and I can't move. Sibylla, you must know this. You're not safe here. My brother is mad. He will kill you and your sister. You need to do something about it. This cannot go on forever. This madness has to end.
You blinded me.
That's only the beginning. Save yourself before you end up like me. I'll help you at the right moment. Remember that. But you need only to follow your instincts. It's only that what you have left in you.
Eva, we have to do something. We need a plan.
What's this change of attitude all of a sudden?
The statue talked to me.
Excuse me?
Artemis, Actaeon's twin sister, talked to me.
She's
not
hallucinating.
lying.
She's hallucinating.
Probably. He warned you about the black column, didn't he?
Yes.
The line between reality and fantasy certainly distorted now, isn't it?
What are you saying?
I sculpted both the statue and the column myself.
You're the artist?
Humbly, I like the idea of an ionic black column with mystical powers.
It doesn't really have mystical powers, does it?
Of course not. The incense candles are responsible for creating a hallucinogenic and delusional atmosphere, and they also spiked your drinks.
I sensed it.
Me too.
We don't have much time. What is the plan?
The hour is almost over. It will be 5 o'clock in 10 minutes. He's probably eating lobsters in the kitchen. Very soon he'll be here to perform the last part of his ritual, the deadliest part, I'm afraid.
We need to pretend that we're still unconscious inside the shadow room.
Good idea. So he wouldn't notice any change. What about my camera?
Just hold it. Pretend that you're shooting. It's not an audition. He's not going to check on your camera to see if it's broken. After we lie down pretending to be unconscious, then what?
We get nude like we were, then we pray to the gods.
Don't tell me we're counting on a statue to save us.
Right now, I don't think you have an option but to count on your blind sister. The other two options would be to jump off the roof and commit suicide, or try to sneak out to eventually get caught and slaughtered.
Yes, it's my fault. I feel responsible, but
Am I asking too much?
I didn't imagine things would escalate the way they did. I feel guilty. I'm sorry.
You're always the dramatic one. It's okay. It's not your fault. Now strip.
Eva and Sibylla enter the shadow room. Pan takes the digital camera from the ground and resumes his shooting position. The twins get naked and lie down, lights fade out. 6 a.m. Actaeon exits from the shadow room on his knees. He seems to have lost his two legs and is dripping blood all over the floor of his loggia. The white towel covering him has a blotch of blood from its center. Maya exits right after him with something bloody in her hand. She's followed by Procyon and Icarius Canis, who are both carrying bloody swords. Then they're followed by the semi-nude Eva, and lastly by the semi-nude Sibylla. Pan is staring in awe.
My God. My God.
Who's that god of yours for whom you scream with oh? No higher power would approve of the nasty things you do. So give up. No one is listening.
How could you do this?
What exactly?
All of this.
It's only fair and square, but I suppose I can provide you with an explanation if that's what you want. Can you hold on for 1 second? Procyon, bring in the stag horns.
Procyon exits. He brings stag horns and gives them to Maiara. She puts them on Actaeon's head. Pan?
Ma'am,
Shut up.
You speak?
What sort of a brother are you to let your older brother do all of this to you? You should have spoken for yourself when he put you in those chains. You passive pretend to be mute. Just play on your panpipes, okay? I shall proceed with my explanation. Now my ritual is complete. To explain, these stag horns were made specifically for you, to mock you and humiliate you the way you did those poor innocent goats by killing them cold-bloodedly. As for the legs, I've assigned each faithful bodyguard of yours.
Sorry,
Sorry,
boss.
Oh, shut up. To take care of one leg each. To butcher you just like in the myth. The horns capture their own master and brutally rip each piece of him apart, thinking he's a random stag.
You're sick. I don't believe this. How could you?
Oh, come on, Actaeon. Talking about sickness. Give me a break. Hold on. Please don't interrupt me. I know you're bleeding like a pig. You're going to die a painful, slow death. But I need to finish what I was saying first. Okay, I've told you my references, but I still haven't told you my reasons. Remember last year?
Shit, I'm fucking bleeding. I need a doctor. Procyon, call me a doctor now.
Well, those two girls you killed last year, you impotent and insidious pig, were my girlfriends. You fuck.
I don't believe this. So, do I fucking care?
Shut up and listen, Grandpa. They were my lovers. My heartless bastard. You heartless bastard. If love means anything to you, Venus and Aphrodite, God rest their souls. Oh, I don't believe in God anyways. Fuck it. They were the best.
Why am I listening to this? Someone call me a fucking doctor.
One shot leg for Venus and another shot leg for Aphrodite. You can't walk anymore. You cannot hunt anymore, not even a fucking snail, unless you decide to hunt for fake plastic goats in your wheelchair in some mental hospital. But that's what would be really sick, actually. It wouldn't be sick. It would be sad. You know what? It's actually funny. But you aren't going to live to sit in a wheelchair. As for this,
Myra is holding a bloody part from Actaeon's body in her hand.
You don't need to fucking remind me.
without this, you can't fuck anyone, not even a goat. You can only get fucked again in your wheelchair. So maybe they should design for you a wheelchair with an access hole to your anus. This way, you can also shit anytime, anywhere you like. No more festive orgies for poor baby. By the way, I don't think I've told you the truth. I'm a dyke.
Myra throws the bloody thing from her hand into his face. He vomits.
Sibylla. Sibylla.
Someone's calling me.
I didn't
Sibylla.
speak.
Yes, it's Artemis, the statue.
Oh, the goddess?
Yes, can you hear her?
No.
Come near. Use my bow. Come near and use my bow.
But I'm blind.
You're a prophet. Just follow your instinct. Aim and let go.
Sibylla goes to Artemis and takes the bow from her hand and throws an arrow into the bow.
Prokian, how could you do this to me? How long have we been working together?
Boss, I never liked you.
Canis?
I'm with Procyon.
Traitors! How can you follow a bitch? You're all pussy whipped. I fed you, you dirty hounds. Pan, I'm your older brother. We're one family, remember? Fine. Overfucking me with your silence.
Actaeon cries.
Oh, shut up. The whole place is a mess. I need to clean this up. Oh, go get some hydrogen peroxide for the storage room. I'll get some plastic sheets from inside the shadow room. He always kept them there. You didn't think one day they would be used for you, did you?
Myra enters the shadow room. Sibylla approaches the shadow room while spinning around herself with the pointed arrow in hand. She shoots the arrow at the right time, a scream. Myra exits the shadow room with an arrow in her head.
Why did you shoot an arrow into my head? I didn't have an apple there.
Myra falls to
Myra.
the ground.
Myra, I loved you, you bitch.
I never loved you.
Actaeon dies next to her slowly. They are both dead in a pool of blood. Ikaris, Canis, and Procyon enter. They look shocked and scared.
Sibylla, how did you do this?
She helped me. I told you, she's a goddess.
Well done. I guess this means we won't be dead today.
I guess this also means that I'm the heir of Actaeon's estate. Can you unlock my chains, please?
Eva unlocks Pan's chains.
I guess this means we're
I
homeless?
guess this means we're homeless.
They look at each other.
Do you like the mountains around here?
Oh, I'm crazy about them. Have you been?
No.
I have a small cabin here in Rhodes on Mount Ativiros. It's the highest point of elevation on this island. I used to go there as a kid to draw.
No, wait. No, you're kidding, right? Tell me you're kidding.
I'm serious.
Who are your favorite painters?
Giorgio de Chirico and
El Greco?
El Greco.
My dream is
Sure.
coming true. Will you paint a portrait of me?
Actually, that was my plan. Your faces, you're very beautiful. I think you already know. Your eyes, your hair, your lips.
Just kiss them.
Eva and Pan kiss each other.
You You smell, but I like you.
I haven't really showered in a long time. Consider me bohemian.
Thank you, Artemis.
Just promise me you'll stay.
I'll try. I don't know anymore. I see the world differently now.
Please stay. No one can hear me except you.
I have to think about it.
You may be blind, but you can see what ordinary people cannot see with their God-given natural eyes. You're a prophetess. You see the future. You're a gifted psychic, Sibylla.
The deal.
I think we need to find ourselves a new job.
Why'd you say that?
Thank you, gentlemen. You're both fired.
See, but
Do you want me to report both of you? Be my guest. You've both conspired against my brother with Myra, and you amputated him. Are you ready to face criminal prosecution?
no, certainly not. No reporting, please.
Then clean up the loggia and leave. I'll leave you some money inside. After you finish cleaning, put the two bodies in a big sack and take them to the nightclub. Remember to leave them with the head cook. I'll talk to him later. He used to be my friend. He'll make good use of them. Maybe we'll feed them to goats, or who knows?
Goodbye, Sibylla, or good morning. Take care of yourself, my sweet sister.
Don't worry, I have Artemis with me. She'll take care of me, and I'll take care of her.
Good.
Eva kisses Sibylla on the forehead. They hug for a moment. Pan and Eva exit.
Goodbye. Sweet dreams.
Sibylla seems to be whispering something to Artemis. Their conversation is inaudible. Procyon and Icarius Canis are cleaning up the loggia now.
Did you see the look on his face?
He was about to reach his third orgasm, the climax of the Trinity, when,
Snap. She just chewed off his.
for future reference, I'd personally think twice before having someone's mouth near my schnitzel. What if she turns out to be from Lesbos?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Look at all this blood.
Do you think I can talk him out of it? Maybe we can stay? What do you think?
Well, you've been working with the family for a while now, at least more than I think you should at least try. Give it a shot. Why not? I mean, what alternatives do we have?
Let's finish this first. What a bloody mess.
I can't wait to sleep, man.
Yeah, me too. Are you hungry?
I'm fucking starving.
It's strange, isn't it? Who would have the stomach?
They laugh, then they both start howling joyfully while scrubbing the floor. Lights fade out. End of play. Thank you very much, everyone. Let me